Here's Kid Neo, and we are back with more D&D action in the world of Irathil.
Means he's starting his stream.
Yep, I'm here. Let's start.
Anyway. Last time, literally everyone but this fucker, Imhotep, was on the boat. You got some passage with Captain Johnson Shelley, his man, Medford Astley, and some really fucking incompetent ass bitches who were a lot more competent than I gave them credit for, since none of them died, and one of them managed to score like 2 critical hits, so that was cool. All while presumably tipsy. This was during, of course, your fight with the merfolk party that attacked you for absolutely no damn reason, as far as you can tell.
Probably plastic or something that we were leaving in the ocean.
Yeah, you're probably littering too much or something. Not you, of course, because you, druid, would never do such a thing. But like, Medford or or one of the crewmates. These other bitches. You get through that. A couple of days of sailing later, one of them spies a ship in the distance, and they recognize it. You guys recognize it as one of the cargo ships under the Irathil Empire. So, what does Captain Johnson and the rest of the crew decide but to raid it? I mean, go fishing. So now, you are on the course to getting as much loot as you possibly can from this ship.
Excellent.
Gosh.
Okay.
But not you, Tep. You're irrelevant right now.
That's fine.
Alright, so who wants to come with? Like the really competent these have whatever. That one comes up and there's like, yeah, let's go. This one comes up. Yeah. Haven't done this in a while, kind of excited. But what's his face is like, Mushak. Think I'll have you stay behind on this one. What? You stop, angry, kind of excited. Just got you back. Don't want to necessarily risk you. Besides, I need someone to keep the others in line. You stop, kind of annoyed, but deferring to his captain, stands down. And you! You did well that last fight. But tend to the ship with your stock. She also. Anybody else?
I guess it is at this point that I will look over to, what's his name? Volathor. Shall we go, Volathor?
Alright. I haven't. And he's like eating something. I haven't done this before.
Is that a fish person?
No.
I would like to sniff to see if it is a fish person.
Roll perception.
With advantage.
Yeah.
Because I can smell things.
Yeah, it's definitely a fucking fish person.
Your stomach knows no bounds. Does it at
Whatever.
least taste good?
He just walks away.
Okay.
He doesn't want
Captain,
it.
I will come to help make sure the peace is kept.
Johnson, he looks at you. He's like raising his eyebrow. All right. I guess we'll see what you can do then. Do you like to be the one who does the talking?
Well, I will help with talking.
Very well. So a few moments pass, assuming that you're not saying anything else.
That is assuming correctly.
So a few moments pass. You see the ship getting closer and closer, and as you thought before, correctly observed, the ship is a little bit bigger than the ship you're currently on. Not by terribly much. It's got 3 masts. Let's say 3-mast ship, whereas yours is also. I don't know why it has. Anyway, each has a number of masts. The ones on the cargo ship are more like massive, though you have 4. For whatever reason that Johnson has deemed worth.
Yes.
From this distance, you're about, I don't know, 60 feet away at this point. You can see a bunch of crewmen. You can tell that they're working and that they seem a little bit wary of the approach of this unmarked vessel. You see a number of other people as well. There's this redheaded woman that appears to be
Elvin?
commanding. No, not commanding the ship.
Is she
She
Avantika?
definitely looks in charge. What?
Is her name Avantika?
No.
Ford, is that you?
Teacher doesn't know Ford. It'd be funny.
No, I was joking.
But yeah. You see among the people that are helping out with the ship, also a blue dragonborn clad in heavy armor. Looks pretty at home despite not being dressed the same as everyone else that's working on the ship. Everyone else is wearing some kind of mixture of like of clothing, leather, or just cloth.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff that you would find easy to move around in, not anything that would necessarily be hard to like breathe in, I guess. There's also one very tough looking man. It looks like he's seen his fair share of fights. And a darker skinned woman who is holding a quarterstaff as she just keeps on the lookout. Great. You pull up next to this ship, and you hear, and Johnson shouts, "The planks!" or something. Fucking, I don't know what they say. But
It's whatever you
nonetheless,
want me
I haven't thought that far ahead. I've thought about a lot of other things. Not like specific dialogue. Anyway, a couple of his crewmen that aren't doing anything bring up some planks. They get ready to board the vessel. At this moment, there's the. At this moment, you are able to see the people on the ship. I assume I did pull the thing over.
Yeah, I see.
Uh, what's his face? Walks up. That. I'm Captain Johnson Shelley of the Flamin' Grail. And if you know what's good for you, you hand over all your treasures. Wouldst thou like to say anything? Sure.
I'll let him continue. I want to hear what they have to say first.
The woman steps forward. Like, not, I mean,
Not in a threatening
she
position,
steps forward.
yeah.
Fuck was her name? I literally just said what her name was like 5 seconds ago.
Did you actually say it, or did you just think it?
No, I said it. But now I can't remember it. I was talking to... There we go. The red-headed woman steps forward. I am Captain Kalen of the Empire of Irathil. You will have none of our treasures, and you will move along.
It's at that point I will step up. I'm not sure if you're aware, but most of the treasures that you're probably taking to Irathil have been improperly confiscated from those that need them.
She looks at you. Improperly confiscated. I'll have you know that... What's this? That these treasures were lawfully confiscated due to their destructive nature. The previous owners of these treasures were not to be trusted.
Well, here's a question. You're not really in Irathil territory, so who are you confiscating them from then? It seems you have overstepped your boundaries.
Wait, shit, you're right. I didn't think this. I had like an entire thing planned out, but I've forgotten it.
Do we need to take a 5-minute break so you can look over your notes?
Yes. I like literally just got home and ate. And was yelling at Tub.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I heard him too. Well, while you think of your thing, I'm gonna watch the Sea of Thieves video with my
Come
stream.
back! I want to show you my Kraken music instrument. Please. Don't leave me.
Man, this fog is extra thick, dude.
Extra thick fog. There should be a megalodon in this fog. A white megalodon.
A white power megalodon.
Yep. Oh wait, they're coming back to me! Yay!
What lads? Or they're coming to me.
I'm gonna kill them and then show them my new Kraken thing. It's gonna
My
be
new Kraken
awesome.
instrument.
Oh no, he's guarding the stairs. Oh no, goodbye.
What is the chance?
Wait, did they just
hit-
crash into the... They
Oh
actually
no, the
crashed.
fog is too strong.
The fog is too strong. What do you do? God fucking damn cucks. Die. Okay.
What is it?
Oh, dude, check out this. Come on, I'm gonna show you that he's going to your boat.
That was a no-scope, by the way.
Yeah. Beautiful no scope. These guys aren't so bad. They're good people. See, now they're friendly, right?
That's
All
awesome.
together now. Lucky, come on, join in.
I am.
Get ready for the cummies part. Oh, do you guys like my new instrument? It's really cool, isn't it? Hey, they joined us.
Alright, cool. Should we turn
Hey,
off?
thank you for subscribing to the Unstoppable Skinflints. Make sure to hit that notification bell for more. You guys are level 10 Athenas. This is insane. And you're all skeletons. That's great. A skeleton ship. Oh, cool. So skeleton ships are friendly now?
Alright.
Now watch out for the
You got it?
unsloped.
Yes.
Okay. I will pause
No,
my
I-
video and we will
will
continue.
We will continue from Captain Johnson demanding that they release all of their treasures.
Oh, so yes. And I will
Just-
wait for them to say a thing.
You will have none of these treasures. They have all been rightfully purchased from citizens of the Marble Rock Landing and are to be delivered henceforth to Olden Harbor, where they can be delivered to the capital of Irathil. Alan! Barama! Make sure they do not board. This guy. This woman. You like step. They don't have. They have like. Old boy over here has like a weapon, hands on his weapon,
Mm-hmm.
which is you can see it as a very broad but fairly short blade of the curved variety, and she, of course, has her quarterstaff out, ready to go.
All right. I will. Let's see.
The rest of the crewmen are just, sweeping, mopping, whatever they do.
So are both ships? Are they still sailing, or are we stopped?
You're stopped.
How fares the wind?
How fares the wind?
How fares the wind? Is it blowing like really, really strong? Is it kind of just like a breeze? What are we talking here?
It's not particularly strong. Both of the boats have their masts down so that they don't go anywhere due to the breeze either. But I would say about perhaps 5 to 10 miles an hour. I think is that small? I don't remember.
Yeah, I would say that's a nice small wind speed. So what I would like to do then is look over to Captain Shelley, and I want to try to whisper to him, if they've purchased these, then what do you intend to do? Oh, do I notice if our ship is equipped with powdered cannons or anything?
Did you know what powdered cannons are?
Would I notice that there's anything sticking out of the side of the boat of a metal variety pointing at the other boat?
From what you can tell from either boat, the trade ship that you are currently looking upon does not appear to have terribly much in the way of any sort of flaps that you could see. There are about 3 on like either side of the gangplank that they're closed. As far as Captain Johnson's boat, you do see a larger number of flaps that are in fact still closed, but every so often you see one of them like open up a bit, and you see an eye on the other side. Not sure what. Anyway, you asked what he had intended to do.
Correct.
Nietzsche, we're pirates. Go ahead and roll stealth.
Okay.
If you're trying to like, are you trying to like conceal your whispering or?
Yeah, I definitely don't want like I'm cool if they see me talking. I just don't want them to hear what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth. And I will also have what's his face? Roll probably a better stealth. Nope. um while you're talking, you are able to notice all the red-haired woman is eyeing you warily, and her eyes do dart back and forth between you and Captain Johnson as you speak. We're pirates, Nietzsche. This is what we do.
Well, unless they've been confiscated illegally, if they've purchased them, I'm sure they have a manifest of some sort showing the purchase. And if they don't, or if they do, then what we're doing is not right. But if they attack us first, I have no issue fighting them back.
He strokes his beard for a second. This is like sort of thinking.
Excuse me, red-haired lady.
Yes, what is it?
You said you had purchased these items from another empire. May I see the receipt to verify? We have caught many of folks from the Irathil Empire dressed as the guards of the Irathil Empire, illegally confiscating items from others, saying that it is for a good purpose when in reality it is thieves. So, we are here scouting the seas for anyone flying the same banners to ensure that everything is going legally.
She sighs. Just a moment. And she walks here. You can hear like the muffled speaking of the captain, or the redheaded, who I'm assuming you're assuming is the captain, and another woman, speaking inside of the room. She comes back out after a few moments pass. And she does, in fact, have a piece of paper in her hand. She brandishes it at you. Here, would you like to see it?
Oh yes, please. So I will reach out for it. And then I will look over it and ask for Medford to help me read it. Because I can read most, but I'm sure some of the words are pretty big for me to understand.
Hands it to you. Johnson's just like got his like face in his palm. It's like You go back over to Medford. You're looking over this note, and half of it you see is written in common. You can in fact read it. There are a number of things that are listed. There's look at the thing that I have. There are a number of precious gems, stones, even some jewelry of the magical make. It seems to be noted on the list. There is also you also see listed a few pieces of equipment, some chainmail, a quarterstaff, just a longbow, but that has like a question mark beside it, as if nobody was really sure what it was. And a shield. There's also check something quick before I actually say this.
While you do that real quick, I'll be right back.
Okay. No. As far as languages. Oh. Huh. Interesting. Why the fuck do you... Okay.
What's the problem? Everything all right?
Oh no, everything's fine. I'm just curious about why he has one of his things.
Like me or the bear?
Not you.
Like,
The bear. The bear.
Sorry, I just got a text saying I need to thaw out the chicken for dinner. I guess we're having chicken for dinner. Alright. Water's running.
You cut off
Take about a
after
minute.
the word saying.
Say what?
You cut off after the word saying.
Oh, I got a text saying that I need to make or start thawing out the chicken for dinner.
Ah, so you like
Yes,
cut out the chicken.
correct. So I'm back for a minute, and then I'll go turn off the water, and then I'm ready to go.
All right,
So
so you're
continue.
looking over this note. You're looking over this note, and you're reading all the things that are in common. You also see some other words that you haven't seen in a long time, or another language that you haven't seen in a long time.
Do I recognize it?
You reckon you recognize this language as Dwarvish.
Oh, neat.
It's basically confirming the general details of each of the equipment, except for the longbow. In a note about the longbow, it's basically saying that it seems to be cursed in some form or fashion. No one has been able to wield it correctly.
Interesting.
You do see some various details about the other pieces of magical equipment, and some other details about what kinds of metals, what kinds of gemstones are in the use in the various crafts that have been purchased.
Interesting. Medford, what do you make of this? Does it look legitimate to you?
Medford doesn't. Medford's looking at the notes, and he's like, I don't know what this stuff says, but the Irathil Empire has been known to take things. I feel like it would be a good idea to just check. No, no, no. You are not checking.
I'm sorry, redhead lady, but we have to do our due diligence as good citizens of the Irathil Empire to make sure that you guys are not using their good name to do bad deeds.
This time you see both. You see both Captain Johnson and the redhead lady. They're just. They're like face palming. It's like. The redhead like gestures towards the flag of the Irathil Empire. She's like, What more proof could you need? I will not have pirates aboard my ship.
Excuse me, redhead lady, but I do not know what a pirate is. I come from the forest, where there are no such thing as pirates. To us, it's just a myth. So, I do believe you giving us a new nickname is not very called for. If you have nothing to hide, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Am I right?
Fine. Just only you. Not Medford, not Johnson.
I think I can come across these terms. Gentlemen, I'll be right back. And then I'll walk the rest of the plank on and take a step onto the ship.
Both Johnson comes up behind you. He's like, "Hey, are you gonna be okay?"
Worst case scenario, I guess I die.
Volthor's behind Johnson, Medford, and he's like, he's familiar with how these things usually go down, but he's just flabbergasted at this point, and is like, "What?"
Yeah. So he heard all of that, right?
Like,
he
you
heard that.
Your character did not hear the whispering, presumably. Would you like to roll a perception check for that?
Did he hear the part where the bear said, "I don't know what a pirate"?
Yeah, you heard that.
And that's the part that he's laughing his ass off at. Should I roll perception just in case?
If you want to see if you heard the whispering.
Okay, one sec.
Yeah. They did a fairly good job of keeping their whispers down, but you were able to pick up on what they were saying.
Okie doke.
Also, what's her face? This woman
Redhead?
not redhead.
Oh, sorry.
This woman comes up behind y'all, and she's just like, kind of wondering what's going on. Why have we stopped?
Oh, Aslan, we're making sure that these guys are not thieves.
She looks at you like, all right, that's fair, I suppose. What's it? Why?
Well, I don't really trust the Irathil Empire after what we saw in the forest on the way over to the lighthouse, I believe. Well, near the lighthouse somewhat. Anyway, they had wrongfully confiscated magical items from a gentleman. And I just want to make sure that these folks are not doing the same thing. Because if they are, I will show them justice. I look over at the redhead lady. But that shouldn't be a problem. And I smile gently at her.
She smiles. She smiles back at you slightly.
quick question. I'm sorry. How big is this bear?
6'9" ish.
Cool.
You would think the weight is somewhere probably around at least 250, but probably more. You're not sure.
All right. Just checking. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Meow.
Yeah.
Nyajima, come here.
she leads you onto the boat. And these two go back to making sure they don't come across. Aslan and Volth are uncomfortable standing on the gangplank, so they move backwards onto the flaming grail. I'm assuming that you're walking forward.
Yeah, I'm walking with her. As we get closer, I noticed the Dragonborn is wearing the heavy armor, correct?
Yes.
And then I noticed
Yup.
all these other folks are wearing kind of loose-fitting clothing.
Mhm.
Hold on one second, redhead lady. Sir Dragonborn,
Mm.
why is it that you wear heavy armor while the rest of them do not?
For a situation like this, talking.
Oh, are you here protecting this ship?
Sure. Why not?
Sure. Are you just looking for passage?
Sure. Why not?
It seems that you do not have a wind to guide you.
Okay.
We will talk later.
All right.
Laniel, fetch me tea, please. I'm just joking.
I have no idea why you said that. Anyway, while while you guys were talking, this like kind of short brown-haired woman walks up, and she's got this fucking owl on her shoulder. No idea why. Doesn't seem to be a particular reason. The owl does, in fact, look attentive. It's watching out. No.
All right.
Lena, please show the bear,
My name is Nietzsche.
Nietzsche, our goods, please, so that they can be on their way. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello.
If you could, I just want to make sure that everything seems right.
Yes, right this way, please. And she leads you down, Eel stairs to the cargo. As of this point, I don't know if I care about showing you what's down there, because there's nothing.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you don't have
Oh.
to. Just
Roll.
theater of mind it is fine.
So she holds out her hand. You are still holding on to the receipt that the captain handed you,
Me, yeah.
and she holds out her hand, gesturing towards that receipt.
Oh, here you go. If you could, show me all of these items, and I would like to make sure that I can see the brand from the other empire that you purchased them from.
That's not really a brand, but more just individual traders.
Oh, well, that works too.
Anyway, you go downstairs. You she leads you to first to a rather, it's not large, it's like more of like a medium small size chest. It containing, and she opens up, it contains a pile of like precious gems and coins, presumably what would have been used either as currency or, in the case of the gems, what might have been purchased. Among it, you see various sapphires, rubies, some even jasmine, though that's not like actually a precious gem per se.
Yeah.
Some opals, stuff like that, among gold, silver, and the odd copper here or there, and also the odd platinum here or there. She leads you to roll a perception. Nice. So she turns right. Let's see. We're going there. She turns right. Let's see. For future reference, that chest was toward your left. When you came downstairs, you turned right, and then you came downstairs. There's a hallway. You turn right, and then there's a door in front of you. The chest is to your left, and then you turn right again. Down another hallway toward the main section of the cargo ship where they hold all their goods. Towards your right, before you get into that main section, is another door. That she doesn't even bother opening. As you walk in, you do see a number of chests, some like racks of armor. You do also see one or like 4 large metal tube contraptions that I'm assuming, not familiar with, considering you're very vehement about pirates being myth and legend.
Well, there's one question I have. You said it was about a couple days we've been at sea, correct?
Yes. Would you like to have explored that? Explored the ship?
Yeah, I would have explored the ship to try to figure out like what all like the devices are on it, what the various jobs people do to make sure the ship goes and stuff.
Sure. Okay. Assuming that going along the line that you did that, you recognize these as similar to the cannons that you saw on below decks on a Johnson's ship. There are a number more crewmen that are just sort of cleaning, managing things. It's like 3 or 4, just wandering around, wandering around this floor of the ship. To your left, you see a wall and the beginnings of another staircase. And let's see, you see the armor racks, weapon racks. The armor racks hold various leather and metal armors. More metal than leather, though they all seem of particularly fine craftsmanship. At least the metal ones do. The leather ones seem a little bit raggedy, then. Either from wear and tear or if the craftsmen weren't sure how to handle it. There are a number of finely crafted swords, axes, of the like. You do see also axes, lances as well. Leading you further through. She goes down the list. Let's see.
Now,
Gems,
real quick,
precious stones.
how long have you been a member of this crew?
I have been with Captain Caitlin for quite some time.
Is she an honest person?
I would say so, yeah.
You would say so.
Yeah.
What about the rest of the crew? Are they all pretty well versed in who she is?
Yeah, they know who she is. She then she continues walking and leading you through the ship.
Yeah.
Um, trying to simultaneously look at the list so that she knows what you need to see and what keeping like a mental track of what has been seen and what is left to be seen. Anyway,
Okay. It is at this
these-
point, as she is going through, I would like to talk to the owl.
Okay. What would you like to say to the owl? The owl has been looking at you.
Yeah.
But the owl has, as far as you don't necessarily know if the owl is even doing anything unless you have mind reading powers, which I don't know if you. But you can speak to it.
Okie dokie. So I will talk to her owl, and I will speak in my my bear tongue, because beasts can understand my speech regardless of what language it is. This way the lady doesn't understand what I'm saying, but I will talk to him. Mr. Owl has...
As you start speaking, Lenil is startled by the sounds coming out of your mouth. She takes up a defensive posture toward one of the walls. You see also that the 3 or 4 crewmen that were down there have started reaching for weapons, as they're not sure what's going on.
Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to talk to your owl real quick. I can only do it when I talk in my native animal form. Well, my native animal speech.
Okay,
Don't worry, I will not harm you unless you harm me first. So I would put down your weapons, and then I smile.
literally no one has actually picked up a weapon.
But they reach for them.
They were just like ready.
Okay.
So the owl, well, it sounds like hoot hoot or whatever the owl sounds are.
Yeah.
You know those. But the owl's very haughty and it's like, you really gave them quite a scare there, bear.
Oh. Well, in bear speech, I will say, Mr. Owl, I am a friend, and I just want to know, are these people good people?
What do you mean by good?
Well, have they stolen or hurt anybody while they've been traveling? Stealing means to take from others without asking.
I know what stealing is. I am very intelligent.
Oh. I'm sorry, I should not have assumed that you were like seagulls that I've spoken to in the past. All they say is mine, mine, mine. I don't
Do
understand.
not lump me in with those pests. I am a goddamn owl,
My dude?
my dude.
Yes, and I apologize. Owls are quite cunning creatures, and I admire you. One day, I too will become an owl, maybe.
You admire me. What do you admire me about me, Mr. Bear?
Well, when it comes to most of the aven creatures, you can see in the dark, unlike most of them. Plus, being able to fly, it must be so free. Am I correct?
That you are, that you are.
Now,
Go on then.
have they stolen any of these items that I'm currently looking at? Or have they purchased them fairly?
Yeah, they've been purchasing these.
Very good. And then how about your owner? Did she capture you, or did she become your friend in other means?
we have been together for quite some time.
That's very good to hear. I always like when other people are nice to animals. I've seen so many tragic cases.
You do notice that the owl has all of its feathers. Seem to be in pristine condition, even.
And might I say that your feathers are quite beautiful.
Thank you. I do take great pains to keep them nice and clean, very undamaged. It helps with the hunt.
Ooh, very good. I also enjoy fishing myself. Salmon are the best. Do you like salmon?
I do like salmon. You don't really get much on the ocean, though.
I believe it. We ended up catching merfolk on accident somehow, and yes, I guess they were quite delicious to our dragonborn friend, but that's not the point. As long as these folks seem like they're honest people, then I think I'm done here.
As you're talking, she leads you. She leads you to the back of a cargo ship. She leads you to a set of doors. There's one on your left and one on your right. She opens up the right one and leads you inwards. You do see on a stand on the wall toward your right as you enter, a particularly strange looking bow. It does seem to be of the same description as the one that you read on the list. There is kind of a weird aura about it. Toward your left, you do also see kind of a round gleaming stone on a stand. The stand in question seems to look like think dragon's like
Claw?
hand claws, like 3 of its talons or whatever holding up this spherical object of it's purple, but like a kind of a marble pattern, I guess.
Does it look like the pyramid? Or the diamond, the D8 thing that's now floating above Holden Harbor? Is it kind of that? Okay.
No, that you remember is covered in strange runes that you weren't able to recognize,
Okay, yeah.
and emanated a very, very clear necrotic purple energy. But this one, while it does look fancy, does not appear to emanate any particular alignment of energy or anything. It does look like quite a good tool. As she's walking past these 2 objects, she takes you aside and motions. She points at where the longbow is mentioned, and then where an arcane focus is mentioned. You will continue walking through. You also see another chest. She opens it and it reveals it's like a small lockbox. Really, it's not really, can't really call it a chest, but it reveals various jewelry, rings, necklaces, stuff like that. You come out this other door that's at the other end of the room. Towards your left, you're able to see where you came from. 2 doors that lead toward the same side of the boat, opposite where you're currently standing. And to your right, you also see 2 doors on either side of the walls. So like 2 on your right and then 2 on your left in succession.
Okay.
She starts leading you back toward the main part of the
Cargo hold or deck?
cargo hold, yes. Then she seems to remember something and stops at that first door that you saw on your left, which is now on your right. She opens it up. In here, You see a sorry, a metallic shield that seems to glow with energy. You see a quarterstaff. It looks a lot nicer than your quarterstaff. It kind of almost reminds you of the quarterstaff that your friend Loop had, but of perhaps maybe a different power. And you also see a rather nice suit of chain.
Hmm.
Um, you continue walking back toward where you came from on the other side of the cargo deck. Toward your right, as you're walking back, you are able to see stairs that lead downwards.
Excuse me, what is down there?
It's just nothing.
Just nothing. Then I guess we have to take a look, don't we?
Stuff.
Well, let's go look at this
Sure.
stuff.
She reluctantly leads you downstairs.
Okay.
You come to the next floor down on the ship. Directly in front of you as you turn left off of the stairs, you see a door, and then to your left you see a hallway leading to like the main section of this part of this ship. And to your right you see another door, which is at like the tip of like the front of the ship. Well, this is kind of just where everyone sleeps. If you really want to look around, feel free. Just don't do anything weird.
Very well, will do. And guess I'll just check, like open each room up, look inside to make sure everything seems in place as best it could. Being crew quarters and all, there shouldn't be any like cargo being held or anything like that. Definitely want to make sure that it just seems legitimate.
Okay, so you check the one room on the right toward the front of the ship first. It seems kind of cramped actually. There's a bed. It's not even like on anything. It's just sort of some cushions on the ground that make it so it's sleepable. Presumably, no one wants to sleep here. With how uncomfortable it looks, and yet you do notice that there seem to be some signs of life. There's a toppled over mug, a half-eaten loaf of bread, for instance.
Yeah.
Toward the inside of the door that you first noticed when you walked down, just kind of a regular ass bed. It's a lot higher quality, but that's than the one you just looked at. But that's not very hard. It's not very high standard, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything specific that you want to do when you're looking through these rooms, or?
I just want to make sure that it doesn't look like they're trying to hide anything in these rooms as opposed to the cargo hold. Like maybe someone's stealing something, or maybe they have items that they actually stole and are hiding that are on the manifest.
All right, go ahead and make an investigation check. Alright, okay. I forgot investigation is in fact wisdom. Or not wisdom, intelligence. So you're going through each of these rooms, and you're pretty much giving them not much more than a cursory glance. Occasionally you'll look under like a bed every so often, but you don't really find anything. The most you find are like some really shoddy looking jewelry that's not necessarily listed on her list, but not enough to where
You would
you would
risk
feel
concern,
comfortable. Yeah.
Very well. If that is the case, after looking through everything, I will turn back to the lady. Well, I think I've seen everything that I need to.
All right. Shall we go back up then?
We shall. Lead the way, please. I think I'm lost.
She leads you back up the stairs. You go back the stairs. You take an immediate right turn, and then another right turn. You walk past the door that you saw earlier on your left before you actually got into the main part of the cargo hold. Then there's the door on your right and the chest that you saw in front of you that held the money, the jewels. And you turn left. You go back up the stairs. The rest are still waiting. You notice Medford seems kind of like bored, if anything. On the flaming grail, you see Aslan and Volthor still standing there, still just sort of wondering what's happening. The blue dragonborn fellow that you saw earlier is waving at you for some reason.
The who?
Not entirely sure.
Welcome back, Giant Bear Man.
Oh, hello, friend. Everything topside going well?
Yes, it is still lots of water and 2 pieces of wood next to us. It's fine.
Very good.
Mm.
I will go to the red-haired lady and I will say, well, your assistant showed me everything that was on the manifest and everything seems to be in order. I have no reason to believe that you guys did steal. So, I would just caution you that in the future there are those that have the same banner as you that are dragging the good name of Irathil through the mud. Were
She
you
rolls
aware
her
of
eyes.
this?
Yes, I know.
Oh, do you? You don't seem too worried about it.
It's a known issue.
A known issue? But what are they doing to fix it?
The usual. Guards, more security. There must be something more pressing that's causing all of this stuff to happen.
Interesting.
Move along, please. Take your pirate friends with you.
I'm sorry, but if we were pirates, I believe that we would be taking over the ship hostily. Is that not how pirates operate? From what I've heard in the stories.
As you say this.
Can I say something?
Sure, you can say something,
Did-
whatever.
Did Walcar hear that? What he was saying about how pirates usually operate?
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe they were overly bureaucratic pirates. Okay, I'm done. Continue, please.
So, anyway. As you say that, you hear the sound of wood dropping against wood. There's a kind of a almost an echo as if you were in a cavern, but obviously you can't hear an echo. You are in the ocean. but it kind of feels that way. Everyone else looks toward the origin of the sound. So look toward the origin of the sound. Brady,
What's up?
do you look toward the origin of the sound?
Oh,
You
yeah,
would
yeah,
hear
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's coming definitely from here. You see, and I guess also the Dragonborn would also see it. Pretty much everyone's like looking in this direction. There is
Hey,
a quarterstaff. Yes.
keep going. I'll ask later. Keep going. Sorry.
I mean, you can ask now. That's fine.
Yeah, can I make my character older? Because I just realized it's kind of dumb that he's like. Can I make him older by like 10 years or so?
You can do whatever you want with your character backstory, dude.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna do that. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Anyway, you look toward Balama and um Alan. Alan? Alan has a scimitar drawn. There's you would know it as the blunderbuss, one of the 3 blunderbuss that Captain Johnson wields. It's pressed up against Balama's stomach. And he's just sort of waiting. He's like, aye, we are pirates. We do take what we want.
Well,
Called it.
if you are pirates and you plan to take from these people that are doing a very nice job, I cannot allow that. It goes against the laws of nature.
Oh, hey, me too. What he said.
Goes against the laws of nature. Oh my god, I had to say it.
It does.
Is it
You
not
are-
survival of the fittest? Not
Well.
the strong who takes down the weak?
In nature, things do not typically try to take over to become the best of the best. They literally take as much as they need to survive the next day. And as I remember, we have enough stores on the ship, with my good berries as well, that we do not need to steal from anybody.
So, Nietzsche, is this where we're parting ways then?
I believe it has to be as such, which also means that I think I have made my decision if you go through with this, about our earlier conversation.
So then you're fine with not knowing.
Well, I'm sure I can find it myself eventually. But if I have to go through with stealing from these good people, then yes, I would rather not.
Ignore that. Sorry.
There's a sense of tension in the air. You notice a little twitch of Captain Johnson's finger on the trigger. Nothing. A moment passes. No sound happens. Medford has been glancing back and forth between Captain Johnson, Balama, Alan, and yourself for the entire duration. You see your friends behind Johnson and Medford on the other ship. Aslan seems concerned. Volothor also seems concerned. He's never really met anyone like you before. Theoretically. You see Gustok. He's pensive. He's thinking while this goes on. He can, like, it's the ocean, sure, but there's nothing going on that's like muffling your voices. It's not that loud or anything. You look back at the crew momentarily. Still no sound. They're like wide-eyed, looking at what they know, who they know to be pirates. Yourself, back at the Blue Dragonborn in the heavy armor. Aslan comes forward. If you don't mind, I would like to come with Nietzsche, actually. She breaks the silence. Medford is startled, actually. He hasn't been paying attention to the non-threats that are behind him. He swiftly turns around and looks toward Aslan. Are you sure? Yes, I rather like this bear. He steps aside. For Aslan. Excuse me, sir. And Kaylin, the captain of the red-headed woman, who you will soon love. She sees this strange woman walking forward. Halt! Are you affiliated with these pirates? No, I only met them a few days ago. There's a pause as a redheaded woman considers the options.
I would like to look at the redhead woman and be like, to be fair, ma'am, they told us we were going to go fishing.
She smiles a bit. A little snicker. I'm sure I'm sure that's what they told you. Probably playing on your innocence and lack of knowledge of these parts of this sort of encounter.
Very much so. But if they do attack you, I am on your side. Don't you worry. And then I'd like to look at Captain Shelley. Captain, I do believe this is your only chance to be able to get out of here in one piece with your whole crew in its entirety. Otherwise, I will have to do to you what I did to those fish folks a couple days ago. And I would like to hold my action to cast Moonbeam on Captain Shelley if he pulls the trigger.
Captain Shelley looks toward Balama, toward Alan, toward the redheaded woman, toward you. Volothor, even you're going to leave us. You notice then that Volothor is actually behind Aslan, looks kind of eager to get off the boat to the other boat, the somewhat nicer, bigger boat, more spacious, with an actual flag on it.
Smells nice.
Smells nice. It's clean. Still eating some weird fish meat. Yes, if I know anything about nature, it's that he seems to have a good head on his shoulders. I trust him. More so than I do you. He spits coldly at Johnson, knowing his history. Aslan steps forward, shuffling past Alan. Takes up sides with you. Ah, I see another one of my kind back there. You don't mind if another Dragonborn comes?
Whatever. If they can't handle it, they can't handle it. Am I right?
Ah. The captain, the redhead.
This guy gets
Just
this guy
like, what the fuck? Your friends are with you. Still on the boat, is
Is
Gustav.
Gustav, yeah.
He's a little bit indecisive.
I would like to walk over towards the edge of the boat and be like, Gustak, I understand if you want to stay with your old crewmates. Sometimes it's hard to leave the past behind you, but if this is the way you go, I cannot be held accountable for what we must do depending on your captain's actions.
Roll persuasion.
All right, my best roll.
He looks at you. He looks toward Johnson, who still has his blunderbuss pressed up against Malama. You notice that the fabric that was previously sort of bunched up against the blunderbuss has fallen a little bit loose now, as though the blunderbuss is not necessarily directly up against skin, perhaps.
Yeah.
Nietzsche, you're probably right. The correct choice is probably to come with you and lead an honest life, but I did a good job hiding in Holden Harbor. And now this woman knows my face. I know at least I'd be safe here. Sorry.
Oh, no, no need to apologize. You do what you feel is best for your survival. Remember, Gustak, I really appreciate what you did for me and our friends back in Holden Harbor.
Yeah. You do good out there, Nietzsche.
You as well. I look back to Medford and Captain Shelley. Well, if you guys would get rid of the planks, please, we will be on our way. We have a shipment to deliver.
So Johnson, he sighs, and with a little bit of a flourish, he puts his blunderbuss back in its holster. Medford starts walking to the other side of the boat, the other side of the planks, rather. Johnson follows with them. Together, they, rather than calling for any of the crewmates, they pick up the gangplanks themselves and separate the boats. As of now, you have your time with the pirates, though you don't know what their true nature is, other than they seem to wrongfully want things that are not theirs, as you would have presumably heard in the stories. It was an interesting run. You learned quite a few things about sailing that you didn't know before, other than hearing the stories.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but now you have a different crew to sail with. You still have two of the friends that you made along the way, and now a few other people that you know. One strange, brown, dark-skinned woman with a staff. One rough and tumble-looking guy in his fair share of fights. The captain of the ship, the red-haired lass, and now this new dragonborn fellow.
That's neat. No.
I would like to go up to Captain Kalen. Ma'am, I do apologize for bringing aboard 3 new crewmates, but we are here to help.
As you're starting to talk with her, you hear in the background, "Alright! We're shipping off! Still going. Actually, let's make way for. Fuck was it not called? Crescent Moon Cove. The rest. There's raucous shouting heard from the back from the other ship as they man the mast and sail offward. You get the sense that Captain Shelley knows when he's been beat. There's a significantly larger number of able fighters, it seems, on this side rather than his side. Very well, it's fine, but I hope you are able to make yourself useful.
Oh, don't worry. Let me ask you a question. Are you hungry?
No, we have plenty of food and drink in the cargo, and you would remember that there were various kegs, dried meats hanging, stuff like that. Even some herbs.
Very good. I'm not a sailor by any means, but I'm down to learn. Is there anything that you need help with specifically?
Not really. We have a pretty full crew here, as you can see. Though it may be difficult for you to find lodging. We will try to make arrangements.
Sounds good, as long as we try. For now, we can just probably sleep in the cargo hold.
Very well. You there, woman? What is your name? My name is Aslan. Ah. Well, if you're uncomfortable with the rest of these folk, you can come with myself, Lanil and Lama, and we're fairly good friends. You're welcome to join. Very well. I'll see if that's something I'm comfortable with. She steps in line with you and Volthor. Volthor pipes up. Yeah, actually, I'm a bit of a sailor myself. If any of your crew need, I guess, a break, I can take their job. You see this asshole aside the Dragonborn. Yes, actually, if you don't mind, I've been up there all day. And he points up towards the ropes that are like, holding the how they would traverse the mast, get them up and down, stuff like that. If you don't mind, I would greatly appreciate taking a rest. And you see Volothor. He looks up. He's I should have kept my mouth shut.
Yes, you should have.
And he starts climbing up to man with the other few that are up there, who look significantly less tired, you see, than this guy. He gets up there and he gets onto that the thing that's like at the top, the lookout thing.
Crow's nest.
Crow's nest.
Yeah, the crow's nest. Okay, yeah, thank you. And he keeps an eye out.
Well, while Volathor is doing that, I guess I would go and talk to the other Dragonborn fellow.
Okay. While you're doing that, everyone else gets back with their work. The sails come down and movement starts up again.
So, Mr. Dragonborn, what is your name?
About now. Okay. So, first of all, welcome to our humble boat. It is a large piece of wood. I've been on many large pieces of wood, so I should know how much of a boat it is. 2, 3, 4. My name is Warkar Lukarflan.
What? Waka?
Okay, I'm going to throw this one at you one more time. I will try my best. So, War,
War.
Kar.
Car.
Okay, that is my family name. It is my
Warkar.
first name. Okay, and Lukarflan.
Fuck or flam?
Perfect. So let's stick to Warkar. Can we do that?
Where car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I understand
Okay.
now. You are
Baller.
car. War. Oh.
Warkar.
Warkar.
Warkar. Okay. Okay. Ben, okay, that's great. It's great. You have nailed it. You have mastered my name. It is fantastic. Nice to meet you. What is your name?
Oh, my name's Nietzsche and I'm a bear.
Nietzsche, a bear. That is highly apparent. Thank you. So, yes, so are you sad to be gone from your erstwhile bureaucratic pirate allies?
Well, I wouldn't say sad is the thing. Nature runs its course, you know. So I feel like it was meant to be that we come on this ship, you see.
Sure. We, so now I see that maybe I'm not the only one without the, how did you say, wind to something, some sort of metaphor. Unmoored. Yes, that's a good nautical joke. So, yes, I'm not the only one now who is unmoored.
I guess that is true, yes. Those other folks did not tell me exactly what we would be doing. They told me we were going fishing. And when we killed fish people, I felt that it was okay because they attacked us first. But then they said that we were going to come on your boat to fish. Which I guess now means that they wanted to steal all of your stuff.
Yes, metaphors are very funny. No, all that's in character, by the way, like talking to him. Anyway,
Yeah.
back in character. Yes, these pirates are an interesting folk. They can be that kind who are. They want what they want, but they can be reasonable. I have seen far worse pirates, so I am glad that we didn't have to murder them to a man.
Yes, I try to always take the course with less bloodshed. Unless they are unnatural creatures. In which case I have no issue putting them down.
Yes. Well, we do what we must to stay alive. Rules of nature, am I right?
Oh, very correct.
I hope you enjoy your stay on this large piece of wood floating haphazardly through this gigantic ocean we call.
I hope you do too, and hopefully we have many more conversations as friends.
Cool. Anyway, I am bad at ending conversations.
Oh, it ends like this. Goodbye, and I turn around and walk away.
Wow! Is there anything else you want to do? Do you guys want to do before we move on? with the day?
Nietzsche is very
Warkar
blunt
goes back
and to the
to work.
point.
He does not take offense because that's some shit that he would do too.
Nietzsche would go and try to find some way to be useful. I think what I'll do is Is there anyone sick on board? Is anyone hurting?
You do not. You take a look around. You investigate. You do not perceive any signs of sickness. Everyone seems to be fairly active. Despite not looking like they would do much in a fight per se, except for the two that were blocking off your path, and maybe even the captain. Even Lenil doesn't seem to be much of a fighter either, though she does seem a little bit interesting, I guess. Other than that, you see that perhaps your new Dragonborn friend, acquaintance even, does sport weapon
You said sport what?
weaponry.
Sport
Like,
weaponry.
You do notice that he has weapons on.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, my
Hey, weapon?
warhammer.
A weapon. Okay.
Actually, I think I have a warhammer and a light crossbow.
Okay. Yeah, you see
So-
his warhammer wherever it is, and a light crossbow hanging, I guess, from his hip. Would that be accurate?
Sure. Yeah. Though, yeah. This all fits. Later on, I think I'll maybe adjust how much he has on when he's actually on board, especially now that the pirate spread is gone. But yeah.
All right. Looking around the ship, you go up to the. At some point, you make your way up to the wheel of the ship. There, you find the captain, Aslan, and this other woman holding a bow. She's hooded. Otherwise, she seems human. She and Aslan are talking about whatever girls talk about when they're alone. They seem to have taken a liking to each other, though there's no real telling why. Looking up, you do see Volthor looking a little bit bored, but also at peace with where he currently is right now. You go downstairs again. You see you see people still working, still doing it, whatever it is that they're doing. But everyone does seem busy. You don't see anyone other than that one guy, that one asshole who had been working all day. He's relaxing. I mean, great. Other than that, you don't see anything else.
Okay, I will talk to the captain then.
You walk back. You walk back up to the wheel.
Captain Kalen.
No. We're up here now. Yes.
Oh shit. I didn't even notice that.
You are up here now.
So-
Yes, what is it?
You said we were going to Crescent something?
No, that was what's his face.
Oh, that was Captain Shelley?
Yes.
Oh. I thought it was her. So
I
we're
thought
head-
I thought I yelled like aggressively loud enough for. Okay. But
Yeah,
no.
no, you're good. I misunderstood who was talking, I think, is all. We're good.
Must work
So,
on my voice acting.
you're heading to Holden Harbor, correct?
Yes, that is correct. If I understand correctly, you came from Holden Harbor.
Yes, we did. We installed a new lighthouse. It floats.
So a lighthouse on the water.
Yes, I believe it is on the southeastern portion of the port. But needless to say, we've become quite renowned there, I think. In a good way.
Well, I'm glad to have a celebrity on board. Must be very competent in your skills.
We do what we can, yes. Now, I have a question for you. What do you plan to do after you get to Holden Harbor and start these goods getting back to the capital of Irathil? Do you go back to purchase more goods?
Typically, yes. That's pretty much what we do here. It is my job after all.
Very good. Who is your employer? Is it the Empire itself? Or do you
Not-
work alone and you make these trades?
I am something of a contract employee of the Irathil Empire. I could leave them if I wanted to, but the pay is good and it's a very simple job.
Hmm. That makes sense to me. If it helps you survive, I would continue doing it too. There's
I
some
suppose-
things. Yes, there are some
suppose
things in
that
Holden
there's nothing
Harbor.
here.
Oh, continue. You go first.
I suppose you have no real plans then, since you just so casually jumped ship.
Well, I don't think that I was really prepared to start sailing just yet. Maybe in the future for sure. But the way he was going about things, I just did not want to stick around for too long if he was going to hurt people needlessly.
That is very noble of you.
Yes. Plus, he made me uneasy. He might be the reason that my mother is no longer a part of this world.
That's fair. I would not want to be around someone who I thought killed my mother. Though my mother is still alive.
Very good. Hopefully she
far
lives
as I
long. I believe that he probably was on a hunt. And of course, since I'm a bear, we are just creatures of food, I guess, to humans. Some of us seek us for trophies. But I dare someone to try that with me. And I smile gently.
I haven't really heard much about people that I know anyway, who eats bears, but what can you do?
Very good question. But, okay, I guess we will just help out where we can on our sail back to Holden Harbor. And then we will see about what you do from there.
So, unless there is anything more that either of you want to do,
Negative. For me, anyway.
let's see, where is... You set sail, but this time you are going back. Well, for Nietzsche anyway. Nietzsche is going back to Den Harbor. You, Warkar, have not been to Holden Harbor very much before, perhaps passing by or just stopping in for a little bit on your travels. You're somewhat familiar with this place, as you talk presumably with Nietzsche and the others about their adventures. Presumably. A couple of days pass again, and on the right you see the same banners, purple with 3 white tridents crossed over in the middle of them. This time to your right, whereas before it was to the left. Recognize it. Everyone recognizes that as Port Umberley. There seems to have been. It's a little bit less lively than it was before. You notice less, smaller amount of people walking around. It is daytime, so that strikes you as odd. You continue sailing. rest of the trip goes by fairly uneventful. Unlike before, there are no more folk attacks. Coming into view across the horizon is the lighthouse that Nature spoke of when he was talking to Kaylin. Kaylin rushes to wherever the hell Nature is right now.
I would probably just be on the deck looking over the side at the water as we're going or as we're sailing by.
Nature, what is that?
The
And
purple
she's
thing.
pointing to it. Yeah, purple thing.
That's the new lighthouse.
You said it was floating on water.
I never said it was floating on water, but I did say it was floating.
Didn't disagree with me when I said it was floating on water.
Well, I guess I misunderstood what you were saying. Regardless, it is floating.
That's much as true. How is it there? You know.
Well, the lighthouse that was previously there, me and my compatriots went through to get rid of some undead, and that's is where we found Azalin, who apparently lived there, and all she ever did was kill the undead. In the basement, there was this purple pyramid thing, and when we touched it, it started to float, and it ended up crumbling the whole tower. We barely made it out alive. And now it just sits there and floats.
Yeah, How long ago was this?
It would have been about 4 to 5 days, right? Because it took us 2 days to get down to that part. Isn't that correct? DM?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say probably about 4.5, 5 days.
Huh.
The fact that it's still there means that nothing bad is going to happen, so I'm happy.
As you sail closer to toward the lighthouse, you notice with your incredible bare eyes, because it is a lighthouse, it is fairly close to the coast, as a lighthouse is. You notice under that there you do see undead, but they appear to have been fenced in. You see your friend Huckleberry. He doesn't notice you, but he appears to be fairly comfortable. His clothes have received an upgrade within the last 5 or so days since you last saw him. He looks a lot more official now.
Oh, very good.
The various skeletons and undead, they don't seem particularly interested in Huckleberry, whether this is because they know they can't get to him or for some other reason. Is for you to maybe find out later if you so choose. But otherwise, he seems safe. He doesn't have any sort of wounds that you can see from this distance away. As you pull into port, you make your round around it, pull into port. What am I like? No.
Do you not like that song?
I like the other one better.
Yeah, this one fits Port Town for sure.
The one that's on there, like, on fault currently is really, first of all, it's old and not made for a port town.
Yeah, it's your first time making a song, isn't it?
No, well, that specific like setting, yeah, but not like the first time I made a song. You don't want to hear the first time I made a song. Ooh. Anyway, anecdote aside, you do see various guards bearing the insignia of Irathil coming toward the boat. Let's see. Oh, we're here. Here anymore. Not here anymore. Not here anymore. Not here anymore. They come in. You see Captain Kalen and the guards, or whatever, what have you. They are conversing, talking about the various goods that are to be delivered henceforth to the capital, or however, toward the capital.
Mm-hmm.
You now exist. And a few of them come in and start unloading things. Is there anything you would like to do in particular? Do you keep watch, or do you go off on your business?
I want to ask our new Dragonborn friend some questions. Excuse me, Warkar.
Yes.
What exactly is your purpose? Are you heading anywhere, or are you just kind of floating along with Captain Caitlin and her crew?
I felt like seeing the world, so I am out there. So I have nowhere in particular I am looking to go,
Oh,
but yeah.
well,
So
would you like to
Yeah,
join
but-
us?
sure, why not?
Because there's a thing that I've been meaning to investigate. Have you ever been to Holden Harbor?
No.
Well,
It's not that I can remember. Wait, have I?
You've come through like once or twice before,
Okay, sorry, I had this
Like-
stroke a couple of
like-
years ago. No,
like coming in, on
I-
a trip similar to this one and leaving. You haven't done much exploring. You don't
gotcha.
recognize any of the places.
So it's like being on a bus that goes through New York, but it's on its way
Yeah.
to like Boston. I think. Yeah. All right, and scene. Okay. Yes, I have been here. I've only really seen this place from a boat, maybe some. Put my foot on land for a little bit, but I have not really been here. This place could be very new to me if I begin exploring.
very interesting. Well, then I have something to show you. You will be most impressed. Follow me, please. Captain
Okay.
Kalen,
Yes.
when do you plan to set sail?
Given a few days' time.
Few days. Well, if you could, try to find us before you set sail, just in case we want to join you, if that is okay.
Very well. Your presence would be appreciated.
And if we're not in town, then no need to hold or stay on to port. I know you have money you have to make.
Okay.
This is true. Good adventure to you then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This way. We have to hurry.
Okay, as Warkar leaves, he throws a gang sign back to the captain as a way of parting. Latin Kings, I think.
Latin Kings.
You throw a gang sign to.
Yes,
To
she
captain.
knows what it's about.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, we're gonna go with that. Yeah, she throws up the same thing. She looks very comfortable doing it, like she's done it 100 times before.
I would like to try to mimic this sign as I see it.
Roll a performance check.
Let's see. Do my bear claws get in my way? Yes.
Warkar is
So,
Warkar is elated by this.
so
I have made the correct choice. This will be great.
Walker, you. So you're watching as Nietzsche tries to throw up this gang sign that you threw up. He tries to mimic it. He tries. He really does. You see that he's tapping difficulty. Eventually, he settles on a gang sign that you've seen before. But you are enemies with the people that this gang sign is from.
Um, I think Warcard knows. Oh wait, do I have to do an insight check? Have I been around? What's the? Have I been around Nietzsche long enough to do an insight thing? 'Cause I think
You want to do? Go ahead, roll insight. You're trying to figure out if like he knows what he's doing.
exactly.
Okay. Nature, if you don't mind, roll a general charisma check. Yeah, Nature, you can tell that Nature does not look very confident in in his gang
How
sign.
do you make your finger do that?
It is fine,
Excuse
my
me.
friend.
How are you doing that with your fingers? I don't think I have opposable thumbs, so I'm having difficulty.
Practice makes perfect, my fur-bound friend. We will work on it. You were leading me somewhere, but yes, I promise you, I will teach you that. Oh God, I will definitely try to make sure you learn how to do that. That is something I swear to the ancestors and all gods that can hear me right.
Very good. What exactly is it that you call that signature?
Thug life.
Thug life. I would like to pull out my journal and try and write down in Druidic. Learned how to make the thug life symbol with your hands. Have real difficulty attempting.
Yeah, sure. You you write that down in your druid journal in Druidic. Volathor calls out to you. Nature!
1 second. Almost done. Okay.
Give the man a second. He's trying to transcribe something very important.
Okay. What's up, Volathor?
I'll be staying over here near port for a while.
Oh.
Hopefully you come back before we leave.
I will definitely make sure to find you before we leave town. But for
Aslan,
now...
however.
Oh, Aslan's
Aslan,
doing-
however, will stay with you.
Oh, okay. Aslan, you should see this place too. It's amazing. I would like to take everybody to the honey hut.
Sure. You go... I don't even remember what it was. You go to
Come
one
on,
of the things.
DM. Come on, DM. I'm just joking.
It's you go to the honey hut. Your good friend
Pavo.
Pavao.
Pavao?
Vow, yes.
Mm.
Waves to you. Sure, he recognizes you. He doesn't recognize the other two. Nietzsche!
Hello, Pavao. I've come bringing new customers.
New customers!
Oh,
Yes, come in.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the honey hut. The best place in this whole town.
Oh, well, I wouldn't...
Shh.
Yeah, the best place.
Shh. Just
We have
accept
all
it.
sorts... all manner of honey-related snacks and goods here. Yeah.
Honey is like the most important thing. So, I will buy everybody a few things of honey because I have come into extra gold lately. I would like to buy some more honey taffy, and I also want another 25 pieces of honey-filled chocolate.
25.
I have 25 pieces of honey-filled chocolate, and I need 25 more.
Okay. Sure. How much taffy did you say?
I would like to double up, so another 8.5 feet.
Alright.
So I want 17 feet total.
Fuck, 1 second, I'm getting back.
Did he say he's getting food?
Nietzsche, you are always... Ever since I met you, you've been my best customer. No one buys quite as much stuff as you.
Well, they
As
don't
he's, like,
understand
pulling
what they're missing.
this tape, this taffy, 25 pieces of honeyfield chocolate, exactly.
Mm.
Is there anything else you'd want, Nietzsche?
Not for now, unless you have raw honey.
Ah, but of course, we always have raw honey.
Can I get a pot of that, please?
It's not often a non-chef comes and buys honey, but I'll give it to you for 1 pot of honey for 1 gold piece.
Here you go. And how much for the rest of it, too?
Let's see, you said how much? You said 8.5 feet of honey taffy and
Yeah.
25 chocolates.
Correct.
So that's going to be 1 gold piece for the honeyfield chocolates. And 7 silver pieces and 5 copper pieces for the honey taffy.
Alright, 7 and done. Character sheet updated with my pot of honey and my chocolates and my taffy, which I will consume a foot of taffy.
You feel you feel invigorated. It's very delicious, just as you remembered it.
Aslan, would you like a little bit of honey taffy?
She looks towards you. She looks toward the taffy.
It's delicious.
She looks like she's about to say no, but
Like,
you
that'd be
also
cool.
hear the most stereotypical thing that could possibly happen at this point, and her stomach growls.
You need the taffy.
Consume the confection wave.
The taffy has chosen you.
Consume the confection wave.
She
I'm calling her wave because she's small, I think. Compared to me, everyone is small except for the bear.
that's fair.
You should see Bloop.
Aslan comes up and takes. How much are you giving?
Just a foot.
Oh, she takes a whole foot by 1 inch of honey taffy.
Now, you don't have to eat all of it now, Aslan.
As you say that, she's already like got some of it in her mouth. She's like paused there. She hasn't taken the bite yet, but she's like, okay. And then she bites into it. She chews a little bit, swallows, and you see her eyes light up. This is... I've never had anything like it.
Life-changing, isn't it?
Truly.
Werka, would you like some honey taffy too?
What were the other things other than the taffy? Just want to make sure I know the full gamut of things that he...
Looking around the store, you see... Oh, it's up here, I minimized it. You see...
I need to establish early on that Warkar is, while a decent guy, kind of a shitty friend sometimes, so that he'll ask for something other than what he was offered.
You see some bags of what you would assume are hard honey candies. Why is that hard to say?
I don't know.
You do see where Paval was pulling the honey taffy from. It's kind of like pretty much on a bunch of spools that he can pull from and then cut off whenever. The honey-filled chocolates are similarly in like clear pouches as the other honey candies. You also see some jars that have think like salt, but honey in them. Like it looks like you could shake the honey
seasoning.
out. Anyway, okay, I'll just. Yes, I will take this honey tape. I will enjoy it greatly, but just a little bit. My parents were very fat. I'm trying to get them away from them.
Oh yes, definitely. So you can have half a foot, and I will
Fantastic.
give him half a foot. leaving me with 14 and a half feet of honey taffy left.
Okay. Sure.
He's good.
Are you going to eat it, Warkar?
I am presently eating it. Do you see how big I am? I have savored it. It is rolling around in his mouth. It is. You don't see this because he's a professional. He's a courteous eater, but he is greatly savoring and enjoying this honey taffy.
But in a classy way.
Well, as classy as what is. Yes, as classy as he is capable, which is just classy enough.
All right. On the counter, you also see, and on the shelves behind, you also see, miniature versions of the actual building itself. Speaking of which, the building looks like a honeycomb. It's just a giant honeycomb, essentially. But you see miniature versions of that on like back shelf, a few on display on the counter, and various other honey-related things.
Warkar looks around and say, "Oh god, this place is friggin' adorable." Okay, not friggin', I don't like that. You get the idea.
Yes.
This is the best place.
Yes, it is very nice. Thank you for bringing me here.
You're welcome. But now we must get to business. What time of day is it?
It is about 3 p.m.
Beautiful. Paval,
2
it was very good to see you again. We will be back shortly. Other than that, you have a wonderful day.
You too, teacher.
And I would like to leave, and outside I will consult my 2 comrades that are with me. So, there's something I've been meaning to investigate outside of town. Apparently, for whatever reason, the crop fields are dying. And I want to try to figure out if I am able to help discern what exactly is causing this plague, or maybe sickness to the crops.
That does not sound very cash money, so yes, I will help.
Here you go. Alright. I've got no other plans. I'm just kind of following you, Nietzsche. Lead the way.
Very bad. So we will head out the north gate, and I want to look for a farmer.
1 second. So Warkar has put together that. So the little, what's the small human? I think. What's his name? What's the human girl's name?
Aslan.
Aslan, and it is human, right? And yes, I
Oh.
said it.
Perception.
Ooh, okay.
Natural 20, here it comes. Close.
So you're looking over Aslan. She appears to be wearing reasonable clothes. There. You didn't see this before, but earlier when you took note of her, her clothes seem to be more opaque, I guess. But now that you're in Holden Harbor, you notice that while they now shimmer, you still can't really see anything like under them, I guess. Otherwise, looks completely human.
Okay.
If not a
Well,
little bit more lively.
So just to recap, what I noticed was her clothes and how you can't see.
They seem to shimmer in the light.
Okay. All right.
Seem like they should be translucent, but they're not.
All right. Small human Aslan. I have noticed that your gut was greatly loud. Let me try this again. Rewind and scene. So, small human Aslan. Are you sure half a foot of taffy is enough? You were quite angry. Your bowels were quite angry before. Are you sure that's what?
Yes, I am sure, actually. Now that we're back here, I believe I should be fine.
Okay. All right. Continue forward, friend bear.
Okay. So, I would like to bring my comrades and go out the north gate and look for a farmer.
Alright, simple enough. You cross through the market, cross over the bridge. Can you guys move your tokens?
Yes.
I think I made it so that he is token. Not
Oh
by
yeah, we would grab
case.
Volithor
but-
Volathor wherever he was headed. Or
You would
does he
go
wanna-
kidnap Volithor from his ship.
Well, he said he wanted to come with us.
You said
I
it
can't
was
move
just-
me.
You can't move?
Never mind.
Uh-huh. You were trying to do arrow case, weren't you? You do
Yeah,
remember that Voltor seemed very comfortable on the ship. Kind of like at home.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do want to go grab him, I will allow it.
Well, he can stay on the ship if he would rather. Volathor, we'll be back before you leave port. Don't worry.
Alright. So you go out
yeah.
the west, I guess northwestern gate of the two gates. The same deal. There are shanty houses along the road leading out. You look toward the left as you reach here. You do see the same farm situation as you did about a week or so ago. Still black, but you're not sure if it's spread or not. But it seems hasn't gone too far at the very least.
Okay. Is there a farmer around?
You notice that there is a one farmer looking dude, but he has like a couple of farming implements, but he also has a fishing rod, like he's prepared to go back to going fishing.
I would like to approach and speak to this man.
Hello, Nietzsche.
Hello, friend.
Brings you back here.
Well, now that we're done with our business at the lighthouse, and we went sailing for a little bit south, but decided to come back. It was not good company. I decided it is time to figure out what exactly is going on with the crop situation. Has that old lady come by?
He he looks around. And he looks at Aslan. That's her right there.
Oh! I turn to Aslan.
Aslan.
Oh, you're the
What?
one.
Yes, I do come visit sometimes.
So, do you have any insight on what's going on with these crops? Why it's all black and dying?
Well, she goes up to one of the crops. And she actually picks one out of the ground. And as one would expect, it is in fact black. The dirt that crumbles off of this blackened carrot shaped thing. It's a carrot.
Okay.
You see faint traces of the same energy that comes from the lighthouse.
Do you think, Aslan, that somehow that thingy from the lighthouse is causing this?
Probably. Maybe. I don't know. They seem related, though.
Aslan, well, Mr. Farmer, it was pleasure to see you again. Here, have a good berry. I will give
He
him a
takes-
good berry, and then I will walk away to where he can't hear us talk.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
You
And
should go
He
fishing.
eats it. He seems very invigorated. Some of the wrinkles seem to like smooth out just the tiniest bit.
Neat.
And he goes fishing. Out of earshot.
All right. So before I talk to Aslan, I'll make sure that no one besides me, her, and Warkar are around.
Full stealth.
I'm here.
Just to make sure no one's around.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. I'm just
So
trying to
you're-
make
you're-
sure we're
yeah.
on.
Perception, rather. If you want to be stealthy. Stealth.
I'm just checking to see if anyone is around.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, there's no one listening in on you. There do
Ah.
seem to be people that going about their daily lives, but they're paying you no mind.
Okay.
The people, they recognize you, and at least your reputation does precede you. They have not forgotten the good deeds that you've done, and they pay you.
Aslan, have you ever...
Yes.
What exactly is the extent of your power? Do you know?
Well, as far as I can tell, I know that whenever I'm near that object, I never feel tired. I generally don't have to eat. My spells when I cast them when I'm near don't tire me out. I guess I gain the energy to cast the spells from that thing that you saw earlier. I don't know what it is. If I had to hazard a guess, that is where I get my magical powers from. I do not know why. I do not know why I don't remember anything either.
Now, do you remember that wolf we were with? His name was Dagger.
Yes.
He
Where
also
did he
doesn't.
go anyway?
I don't remember. I don't believe he followed us into the town. But the thing is, he was undead.
Yes. He felt the same way as the skeletons and zombies in the lighthouse.
You could feel that.
Yes.
Now, here's a
Just
question.
kind
Are you sure that you aren't undead? Perhaps?
I don't know. I don't feel undead. I feel very much alive. I just don't. I'm not sure that I feel the same way as either you or our new friend there feels.
One last question about this, and then I'll leave you be. But do you think your powers, obviously they come from that thing in the sky, do you think that might be where your memories are trapped?
She thinks for a sec. I never thought about it, but maybe?
And if they
Yes.
are, do you think we have to destroy it for you to get them back?
Should we, though?
Well, it is serving as a good lighthouse, and from what I could see on the way in, Huckleberry has things under control when it comes to the undead. But, are you worried about your past at all, or do you not really care?
When I came to for the first time in the lighthouse, I didn't really have anything. I just sort of had the clothes on my back. I didn't have, I guess, any pictures or journals or anything that would really point to my past. But I guess could merit some investigation. But I'm not particularly worried.
Very well. Warkar,
Yo, I mean, one second. Yes.
Well,
where do your powers come from? What can you do?
Oh. Well, as you may have noticed, I'm very blue, in addition to being very large. My ancestors were blue dragons. I am away from that. Don't talk about old family. It's not super cool. Point is, lots of lightning. Think about that. Specifically, and I've doubled down on that part. That's pretty baller. This is out of... I gotta stop doing this. One sec. I am a blue dragon. So our elemental aspect is mainly in lightning. And I worship mainly the god Susanoo, who is the god of the sea and storms. So I use that to channel through him lightning and all that good cleric stuff.
Oh, so you're a holy dragon. Born.
Susanoo is a little more lax than some other gods. He thinks church is boring as shit too. So, as long as we understand him and join the rock and rager that is the ocean and appreciate how metal a thunderstorm is, that's pretty much the main thing that he wants us to focus in on. Thor also sometimes he appreciates that. But I forget the question. What did you say? I like talking about lightning. It's very cool to me.
So you like lightning. Very good.
Yes, lightning and thunder is really cool. Also, Susanoo is a chill dude. The only god I like because he's so chill about all this worship stuff. Like, who's gonna get up early for mass? You? You're a bear. No offense. No offense. I mean, but did you go to church? You
No.
go to church?
No.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Nature's the only true god or goddess, whichever you prefer.
Cool.
But I do respect all the other gods. They do have their place.
Yeah, the other gods, they can do whatever. But the point is that, I'm not going to church. That's the main point. That is the core of this. I don't want to go.
That makes sense. Well,
So yeah,
I will never make you go.
that is why we will be fast friends.
That sounds really good to me. I like friends. Well, I guess, real quick, I'm going to do something. So I know... I want to try to figure out if the necrotic energy that's coming from the fields is, has it increased since the lighthouse pyramid thingy has risen from the ground? I want to know if it's any more potent than it was a few days earlier.
Roll a nature check. Oh, okay, I understand now. So yeah, you can tell that since the last time we were here, perhaps you wouldn't, though perhaps you wouldn't notice if you were like checking up on it each day. You does seem like gradually, there is been a slight increase in the necrotic energy since the thing has been released. I guess release isn't really a term, more like escaped from the ground.
Yeah.
Make Warcar, you make a perception check.
Sorry, what? Meeting.
Make a
Sorry.
perception check. Nietzsche doesn't have to make a perception check because reasons. Yeah, good enough. So both of you, out of the corner of your eye, as Nietzsche is investigating the necrotic energies from the farm, you see a large shadow that just sort of quickly flits by overhead.
The fuck is? I mean, what the fuck was that?
What did you see?
You saw it too,
seems like-
Nietzsche.
Oh.
Both of you see it, but you
Yeah,
have
both
the
of us.
passive perception to where I don't care about your roll
Yeah.
for this particular thing.
Oh, are you talking about the big shadow?
Yes, the big shadow. Did we see what made it? I don't think a bird made that. I don't think they get that close to the sun.
Would we notice the direction the shadow's going?
It seemed to have gone toward southeast. Toward
South,
the
southeast.
current lighthouse.
If we look in that general direction, can we see a large object in the sky accompanying the new lighthouse?
Make a perception check.
Me too.
Yes, you too. If you want to look, I mean, you don't have to look.
Hey man, you don't tell Warcar what he can and can't look at. Oh, it's so freaking. See?
Wow.
I'm gonna look the shit out of this.
So both of you turn toward the site. Nietzsche, you look towards it, and your eyes adjust from having looked at the darkness of the farm toward looking sort of in the light. You do see a large shape that is a large, I would say, bird-like shape, flying towards the lighthouse. In the top, you do see Warcar. You do see that it is, while bird-like, it flies with more strength, we'll say. But though you're not 100% sure what it is.
So it is a thing that is bird-like in silhouette, but not in form, and I have never seen anything like it before in my entire goddamn life.
Yes.
Okay. I think I have a supporting image. Once continue, I'm just going to put it in chat.
In Discord?
Yes, one second.
Do I notice if it is flying directly at?
Yes. It is flying directly at the lighthouse.
That doesn't look too good. Aslan, do you see it?
Hold on. I actually don't know if Aslan sees it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I had to react. No, actually, no, I don't. It's just I can still roll with the what the fuck was that I said earlier.
See what? I'm not sure what you're talking.
I would like to sort of point towards the large object flying towards the new lighthouse. That thing
She
in the sky.
she looks towards it. She's like, she can't really see it by herself, but like leaning over your arm and like sort of positioning. Uh, I already know what the fuck this image is going to be, and I haven't actually fucking looked at it.
That's beautiful.
Oh, oh my god, it's
It's a
I
strength
did
bird.
not think it's not what I thought it was gonna be. Actually, I thought it was gonna be that fucking anime GIF, what with the very aggressive 6-arm flap.
Oh, yeah.
That was my original plan, but then I got lazy.
Oh, that's why it was taking forever, because you couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, she looks using your claw, arm, talon, whatever, as like a guide, and you are able to line it up in such a way that she is able to pick out of what is now kind of like a speck, almost. I mean, the thing is large,
Yeah.
but like it's still shadowy. There are clouds. And she is able to perceive that there is in fact a large thing flying in that exact direction. What is that? What is that?
I don't know, but I think we should go and investigate because it's flying directly towards the new lighthouse, is it not?
Yes, I'm rather curious myself.
Ditto. I think I will investigate that. It doesn't look very pleasant.
So with that, we shall head
Shall
over to the
investigate.
lighthouse. I also want to look for
You
Dagger
are-
on the way.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll. So is this like really active looking, or are you sort of like keeping an eye out?
I want to just keep an eye out. Like, I'm not going to be searching for tracks or anything, but if I
Okay.
can see that he's still around.
Go ahead and roll a perception check for that.
Do I have to do stuff too?
I mean, you don't even know that dagger exists, so no. So you walk along toward the lighthouse. Take roughly the same path. You know what's funny about that? I actually archived that exact road, but it doesn't matter, as I know exactly which one it was. Go along a familiar path. The
Gloop, it's so good to see you.
not there, so I didn't even know that was gonna happen. You see a clone of yourself from younger days, and it's gone. Dagger, these three also not there.
Naive,
You're there. You're there. This is for effect. My god. You're walking along. You come to a very familiar spot. You remember that this is where you first saw a dagger. Because you don't see anything. Because there's nothing to see. With or 21 in perception. You do eventually make it to the outskirts of the lighthouse. As you get closer, there are two concerning things that you see. First off, you see the brazier has been knocked from the top of it. There's no fire or anything on the ground. The fire has long since burned away. You do see Dagger sort of standing there growling at whatever it is on top of the object. As you come closer, it is about... You're fine, you're good.
Okay.
We will be done literally after I make this description.
Oh, gotcha.
You get closer. It's about, I don't know, sometime during the night. The light emanating from the Hedron is enough to see a silhouette of the creature that is on it. It's definitely not a bird.
Is it a plane?
It's definitely not a plane.
Is it Superman?
It is in fact Superman. No.
Oh my
it's not
God,
Superman.
Marvel's here. Stan Lee, is that you? Kidding.
You see the creature. It's, if anything, its wings are more bat-like, but you've never seen a creature like this before. Roll history. I
Me
guess?
too.
Yes, you too.
My favorite subject.
Actually, I just remembered something. Warcar. That was irrelevant. Walker,
Why?
you're looking upon this swarm, and there is something vastly familiar about it as
Ah,
a
shit.
dragon. The creature opens its mouth, and out from it, as it roars,
Fuck me, no, wait.
a purple flame that lights up the sky.
Yeah.
And in that moment, you can see that what is before you is an ancient dragon. And that is where we are going to be ending the session for.
Holy
Today.
shit.
TPK imminent. I don't think Nietzsche can take an ancient dragon yet.
That's fair. Oh, you also see Huckleberry fucking shitting his pants, so there's that.
Oh wow, he's close enough to watch him shit himself.
Yeah, in the moment where the fire lights up the area, you are like glance at Huckleberry, and he's very, very uncomfortable.
Oh yeah. Well, damn. That should be interesting.
Also,
I want to
it's,
say.
I guess you don't know the color.
I know it breathes purple flame.
You do know it breeds purple flame. Everything looks purple.
Okay. Well, in that case, yeah. I will watch Huckleberry take his shit in his pants, and then we will go about the rest of it next time we play, I guess.
Yep.
Cool. I'll end my stream and be right back. All right, appreciate everyone coming out. Hopefully you had a good old time. And next time, I guess we die from a dragon. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, peace.